What is up? We are back in black in the building. Shout out to everybody out there at the Core Plantation doing what they need to do to survive. No, I don't know is back. I'm your boy Warren G. Plays beat, been clown and sucker free since 2003. I guess ain't no finessing me. The confusion continues. We back again. We gonna address some things today. This gonna be a quick one because I just wanted to marinate, and then I want y'all to go out there and read the articles and see for yourself. Let's get it. But before we get it, shout out to everybody out there in Vegas, handling business, all my siblings, everybody in Vegas handling business, going to work. Shout out to my brother James Youngblood, Texas in the building, David No Compromise, Georgia's in the building. Shout out to the homegirl Shawnee, Philly in the building, Erica, Florida, stand up, aka Florida, and the homegirl Melina. I gotta check on Melina too. I ain't heard from her in a minute. All the way in North Carolina, aka North Kakalaka. And you know, just shot. Look, like I said, you know, I'm gonna send shout outs to people that I know, like Josh and everybody that's handling business and working and doing what the fuck they need to do, because the shit is not easy. But we gonna get into it. Let's do it. Yeah, I came across this article. DL Hughley, and it's just more confusion in my personal perspective. More confusion, more of the same rhetoric. You know, I'm gonna look up DL Hughley. Let's see what he said. He said some disparaging things about Janet Jackson. Let's see. All right, let's see. Okay, hold on. You know what? I don't really want to say. I just know he was here. Let's see. I just didn't like this. While you're breathing through the nose of a white woman, DL Hughley goes off on Janet Jackson in a series of tweets after Kamala Harris remarks. I'm going to say this before I get into it. R.I.P. to Michael Jackson. No diss, DL, but you lucky Mike ain't around. You wouldn't have a career, buddy. Mike had real power. And I'm not saying that Janet Jackson does not. She's a Billy. She's got a Billy. And man, that is not the type of war you want to go to. You know what I'm saying? I get it, everybody got that little money, but big bank take little bank, as you know the rappers say. And I just think it's just more of the same rhetoric. You know, I like DL Hughley, but damn, dog, like, it just gets to the point where y'all not even talking about policies. Y'all just talking about, well, basically a motherfucker should vote for her because she black. If Janet Jackson wanted to question her about her blackness, that's Janet Jackson's way. I don't care how much plastic surgery she had, she's still black. There's a difference between I'm black and I had a whole bunch of plastic surgeries, but I'm still black. And there's another person that is not black, does not claim to be black until it's convenient for them, and they ain't had no plastic surgery. It don't matter. To me, I'm gonna have to disagree with that one. I get it. You going after her and you attacking her, but at the end of the day, she's up a Billy. Janet Jackson ain't worried about what the fuck we got going on and what we saying. Y'all gotta understand, man. Big bank take little bank. Commoner people. If you're gonna have an argument based on the facts. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. The facts are this: Janet Jackson did have plastic surgery, right? Right. But also, Kamala Harris is not a black American. She is an East Indian. And Jamaicans don't identify as black. They identify as Jamaican. So I don't know why everybody keeps having this same argument. It's almost like, damn, dog, is it that serious? Do you got stake in that shit? Because let me tell you something. If they want to turn the lights off on you, DL, they will turn them off. Let's remember that. They just not worried about the low commoner. And people going so hard for this shit and doing all that. Man, don't let first of all, celebrities are not politicians. They are not well read. And just because they're articulate don't mean they know what the fuck they talking about. No diss to DL Hughley or none of that. But I'm waiting to see when somebody says, well, have you read Dr. Claude Anderson's Black Labor, White Wealth and Powernomics? Because he's still alive. And my principles and my mindset, I got it from him. Have you read that book? Do you have an understanding of where I'm coming from? Like, man, real conversations need to be had, because all this talking shit about Janet Jackson and all this other shit, man, look, to each his own. If y'all want to talk shit about Janet Jackson, talk shit about Janet Jackson. But Janet Jackson's up a Billy, and she has no stake in this no matter what, and she got a right to question, just like people are questioning black folk that don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. Man. This is what I mean by the confusion continues. It's the same shit. So I'm going to keep doing podcasts about this shit. And I'm going to claim it. And watch what happens. If she win and black people are still behind the line and ain't shit moving forward. And it's so funny. They did the same thing to these AKAs. When Kamala and Joe Biden won, I didn't hear her mention about no AKA, no programs for black people. They signed an Asian hate crime bill in 5.10 seconds. But every time it's time to talk about black folk, they're always putting these public figures that have no idea, in my personal opinion, how politics work. You're just using your platform to say what you want to say, and that's fine. But what my thing is, I've yet to hear one celebrity be like, well, I've read this book called Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson, and it really breaks down how black folks' mindset should be when they're voting. No black person that's a comedian or just have a certain type of status, I've yet to hear somebody say that. I'm talking about that's controlled opposition, people that are there and gonna say what the Democratic Party or what. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people that have illustrious careers and they've read that book and been like, well, this book is specifically how black folks should vote, and they should vote their interest, just like every other racial group does, like I've mentioned before. Why is it every time black folk start calling out anything about Kamala Harris, is, oh, you got the white nose and all that? And Janet Jackson is nice. Because most people would have been like, I'd rather have a white nose and be up a billion than look like you and still doing comedy. I do music because I want to do music, not because I have to. You don't go on the road and you don't act and you don't do nothing, you have nothing. Janet Jackson's up like what, 5 billion or 2 billion or whatever the fuck that is? Shit, let's look this shit up. Let's look this shit up. And it ain't about money, but that's a class issue too. Like, why are you even talking to me? I'm not even talking to you. Let's see. Janet Jackson. Let's see network. Let's see what it says. It says like 500 million or 300 million. Janet Jackson got a little bit of paper, huh? Shit. And whether she said it or not is not the issue. The issue is, why are y'all niggas being guard dogs for people that ain't even, like, nigga, they not from the lineage. If you were a regular worker, to all you comedians, that woman wouldn't be dealing with y'all. Like, motherfuckers act like, man, stop. And when is it gonna be a foundational black American that can represent us? Why does it always have to be some knockoff byproduct of a black American. Why does it have to be that? Why it just can't be a grassroots foundational black American speaking on our behalf? Why does it have to be this woman who's a cackling dummy who they've been hiding from the media, who ABC with her sister girl, which what a dummy too, what a dumbo. I hope Kamala looks out for you when this shit is all said and done, because you gotta remember, this is the Republican Party, this is the good old boy party. It ain't the GOP, it's the GOB, good old boy party, and they ain't gonna forget that shit. We gonna see, this is what I be laughing about y'all AKAs. Y'all don't have the endowment or the net worth to go against the dominant society. Y'all don't have the reach in the pool. The dominant society sororities, do you know where they start and where they end? This is Yale, this is Harvard. Columbia, this is all the top elite colleges that have endowments over 400, 500 million, 300 million, 900 million. Your little ski, that ain't doing shit. And you HBCUs, and I went to HBCU. I remember I met a girl in like 2004. I was like, what school you go to? She's like, I go to HBCU. And I was like, oh, for real? She was like, I bet you can't even name. I was like, not really, because I didn't even really care. And guess what, David? Guess, and James Youngblood, Tasha, guess which HBCU? This is a true story. I used to work at the YMCA. Tasha, remember? And I think I told the story before. It was a sister. And she was like talking, it was me and another nigga that worked up there. I don't know if it's Leo, it's one of them. And I remember we was just talking about historically black colleges, and at the time I thought that college was a sham then in 2004. You can ask any of my sisters, I've never been pro college. I've always been anti-college because I've always felt like it was just a waste of time for black folk, right? So that's how the conversation got started. And she was just like, oh, well, I was like, well, what college? You need to go to college. You know, tell me the same sucker shit that everybody else tell black folk that don't. Try to make you feel like you're not a part of the United States of America Incorporated if you don't go to somebody's fucking college and get their fucking degree and then go back into the workforce and then try to climb up that corporate plantation ladder so you can take all the mental bruising. The mental bruising. Let me tell you something. I've been around the dominant society mentality in the corporate plantation atmosphere, and they dog niggas out straight up. That's why niggas be having to go get therapists. You know, niggas be stressed out. They don't eat because they need that money to take care of their job. Like, man, stop. So you want me to go pay thousands of dollars to go to get the degree, right? Right? I'm talking about me personally. And then I'm going to go back into the workforce, right? Right. And then I'm going to have to climb my way all the way up to the top because I've never been a school type of person. I had C's and D's probably. I've always hated school. 8 hours a day or an hour and a half just listening to somebody talk about some bullshit. I just never liked school like that. So this sister was like, well, I go to an HBCU. And I said, okay, so what the fuck that mean? And that's exactly what I said. I'll never forget this shit. And she was just like, oh, it's just, you know, you want to go to school, you know, and if you're going to go, you want to go to HBCU. And, you know, it's an historic black college. And, you know, and she was like, I bet you don't even know, you probably can't name 5 historically black colleges, right? And I was like, I probably can't because I was really anti-school real big time then. And then she was just running her mouth and, you know, and guess what school she said she went to, y'all? Bethune-Cookman University. Now, if you read the Negro Project about Margaret Sanger, guess who Erica knows, Shawnee knows, David from No Compromise knows, James Unbug knows, Tasha knows, because I used to talk about this book all the time. Guess who was a part of ushering people into the Planned Parenthood genocide of foundational black Americans? Mary McLeod Bethune. That's who was. She was the main one that was named in that book, The Negro Project. The duplicitous and some other type of, it was just basically, it was Margaret Sanger's way to usher us into genetic annihilation. And Mary McLeod Bethune was a part of ushering us into that system. So for us to be like bragging about all that sucker shit, man, stop. And for DL Hughley and everybody else, dog, what y'all going so hard in the paint? Let these people fight their own battles. What y'all fighting these battles for? I'm not saying that Janet Jackson is perfect. I'm not saying that Janet Jackson probably don't even view herself maybe as a foundational Black American like everybody else. I get all that. That's because she has been a superstar damn near her whole fucking life. She doesn't even know what it is to all you motherfuckers to be a commoner. The Jacksons are Black royalty. When's the last time y'all saw a Jackson working at somebody's goddamn fucking corporate plantation? Maybe if they're running one, but when's the last time y'all seen a single fucking Jackson go work for somebody when the estate makes $1 billion a year? When's the last time? I just want to know. I'm not saying that they just wealth beyond wealth, but you have to understand Janet Jackson's point of view. If she does say something, it's like, man, what? That's why I'm like, man, I wouldn't have even dignified that with a comeback. Because that's what the dominant society want, for everybody to be arguing why Harvey Weinstein is pleading not guilty, like I told y'all years ago when this shit first started. When I played that fucking YouTube, sit down. Y'all remember when I played that shit? Y'all remember? Tasha, you remember? Shawnee, Erica, James Youngblood, David. I know y'all niggas remember, because I was laughing my ass off. And I remember, if I'm not mistaken, Shawnee was like, he should be put under the jail. I think that was one of your comments, Shawnee, if I'm not mistaken. Now, y'all remember that? Now, all of a sudden, they got Diddy out there again, dangling him in front of everybody, while Harvey Weinstein's in the cut pleading not guilty. And ain't nobody saying shit about that. While we up here arguing with each other because of what Janet Jackson said, whatever happened to being on Cole? Okay, so Janet Jackson said that. And what I would expect DL to say is, you know what? What do you think about Janet Jackson? Hey man, you know how the Jacksons are. You know, they royalty. They're Black royalty in our book. You know what I mean? They have been removed from the society the way we grew up years ago, eons ago. So maybe that's just her point of view. I would hope that it isn't, but if it is, yeah, I'm a little disappointed, but I'ma always love Janet. You don't see Janet going out there going at people. Now, if you'd have said that shit about Michael Jackson, now Michael Jackson would have done what he did to Eminem and buy that catalog. He would have made it where you couldn't work no more. Now, Michael didn't play that bullshit, especially about his family. So it's just like, damn, dog. Look, this is one thing that I learned. I'm not about to be arguing and fighting with my own people in defense of immigrants and people that have not come together to build this country for free without repayment. I'm just not gonna, and even if I didn't know that, I'm not gonna do that. Why? To prove to what? Why? Because all it is theater and entertainment for them. Just like somebody was talking about, it was like, man, to freak off and making fun of Puff Daddy. I said, it's all theater. The powers that be know exactly what's going on, and why they up there dangling Diddy in front of everybody, why don't they dangle Harvey Weinstein in front of everybody? So when you wonder why I did this podcast again, because every time a motherfucker bring up Puffy, I'm fucking bringing up Harvey Weinstein. No. This is beyond being on Cole. Dog, this is malicious. Y'all doing this shit on purpose. Puffy has not changed how he's been the last 25 years in the industry, and all you dominant society people know it, but y'all took pleasure in watching him do Black folk all fucked up. Clive Davis, like Tasha said, that's some real shit. Then all of a sudden they put the mic in Clive Davis' face, and now he don't even know Puff Daddy. Now all of a sudden he got dementia, he got selective memory. Well, then your ass belong in memory care then, in one of them fucking care centers. So nah, I'm not gonna just let people make fun of Harvey Weinstein. Stop making fun of Puff Daddy. And niggas up here talking, oh yeah, man, no Diddy. Okay. Y'all better hope they put this nigga under the jail. If anybody is going to be upset about the Diddy situation and have issue, is Mase and all of Puff Daddy's artists. So if they got a gripes with him, they are the exception to the rule. They are excluded from everybody else. Mase could have his opinion because Mase dealt with the nigga. Mase was owed a lot of money, And shout out to Mason Kim for being so still and just being so, I would say, eloquent in how they deal with the situation. You don't see Cameron and Mace making a whole bunch of Diddy videos and making fun of Diddy. Mace could definitely do that if he wanted. But Mace is a confident nigga. That's why I've always been a fan of Mace. Niggas used to be saying shit because he went to church. So what? He went to church. Everybody act like what was written in that Bible, everybody was saved and sanctified, filled with fire. And did nobody fuck up. So stop. You know what I mean? You like, damn, why you going hard? Because it's like, dog, why are we up here giving the dominant society entertainment? You got Harvey Weinstein pleading not guilty. Now, I want DL and everybody else to keep that same energy and direct it towards Harvey Weinstein. Anything y'all gonna say, all these people that's coming out talking all this shit about Puff Daddy, y'all niggas ain't got shit to say when it comes to Harvey Weinstein. But y'all got all this energy about R. Kelly, about Bill Cosby, about P. Diddy. That's how I can tell, like, man, that slavery shit really fucked us up, man. Really fucked us up. Because, man, a lot of these people, if y'all had to go work at the corn plantation like me and people I know, y'all niggas would be trying to kill yourselves too. Because a lot of y'all are so used to having this money and this fame. And then it's like, I'm not saying that Janet Jackson's off limits, but I'm saying, why go so hard on Janet fucking Jackson? A person that has been removed from regular commoner society for how the fuck long? I don't give a fuck if she don't look like Penny from Good Times. The point is, she was on Good Times. The point is, her brother is Michael Jackson and the Jackson fucking 5. The point is, what does it even matter at this point? If she did say, well, that's offensive to me, whether I had, what if she came back and said, well, that's offensive to me, whether I had plastic surgery or not, I'm still black and she's not. Now what? What if she would have said that? That's what I'm saying. Now that makes me think, remember he was arguing with Monique. I'm like, why the fuck, like, nigga, I wouldn't be arguing with these women. Just leave that shit alone and keep it moving. Like, all that other shit's like, sometimes niggas want to be in the media. I don't know DL Hughley and all them, and I like DL. I think he's funny, but dog, you don't see what they doing? We are the entertainment for these people. They know they're if they were winning the race, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna end mine, if the Democrats were confident and they were winning, why would all their attack dogs would still be attacking at every little thing we say and we do? If y'all winning and y'all know y'all winning in all these polls and all this other shit, then why the fuck every time somebody question her blackness or her policies, oh, you a MAGA supporter, oh yeah, you vote for Trump, and then when you vote for Trump, motherfucker, look at you upside your head. Let me tell y'all something. Like I said, most black Americans are conservative in their thinking. Why? Because you're not going to go to work and want to give all your money away to some fucking immigrants and to motherfuckers that ain't working. Stop with the bullshit. I'm so sick of niggas acting like, man, I'm for all people. Okay, right. Well then, nigga, let me get half that check while I sit on my motherfucking ass for a couple of years. Because that's what happens when people go on welfare. And I'm not saying everybody does it, but when an immigrant can go on welfare and get all these set-asides and resources, and my siblings and I can't go get on welfare, and don't think I didn't try, y'all, because I tried several times with the jobs I was working. And they was like, no, you can't do that. That's against the law. But these motherfuckers can come over here and do that. I guarantee you, if they start taking that money out your check and telling you, yeah, we got to get this shit to the immigrants and shit, you're going to be like, man, fuck those motherfuckers. I'm not going to work every day to pay for them. So most black people are very conservative. What you mean? Okay, then if you're not conservative, you didn't work hard and make good money, right? Right. You done made good money, right? Right. Okay, so what's going on? Oh, you want a new car, right? Right. Yeah, because you want something fresh because you done worked hard, right? Right. Yeah. Well, guess what? You ain't getting that fucking car because we finna tax that ass and make sure all these immigrants and people that don't deserve to be here over here. Oh, and by the way, you can have this fucking 6.2% interest rate. So good luck trying to go fucking buy a house. Even though your family built this country for free without repayment, but good fucking luck. I'm done. Guilty, nigga. Peace.